We are living in the era of the most dangerous illusion ever created by fitness marketing. In 2026, the image of Sam Sulek has become an icon, not because he teaches us how to train, but because he embodies the archetype of the immortal. The viewer sees a kid eating fast food, training to failure, and looking like an ancient statue carved from pure testosterone and hype. But behind the lens lies what I call the survivor bias. We see the few who survived the crushing weight of extreme pharmacology, and we ignore the graveyard of those who tried to follow the same path, only for their hearts to stop in total obscurity. Sam is a digital gladiator. In ancient Rome, the crowds craved blood. Today, they crave extreme mass and 4K shortness of breath. We have become accomplices in this process. Every like on a video where an athlete can barely string 2 words together due to oxygen deprivation is a coin in the jar for his funeral. We have normalized pathology. When you see his exploded veins and the cystic acne on his back, your brain should be signaling danger, but social media algorithms have conditioned you to call it aesthetic. The death protocol is not just a list of substances, it is a mental framework where tomorrow doesn't matter as long as you get bigger today. Modern bodybuilding has stopped being a sport about health. It has become a sport about how much damage a human organism can withstand before the system suffers a critical failure. We look at Sam and see superpower, but in reality, we are watching a biological house fire being extinguished with gasoline. Pharmacology doesn't build muscle. It takes a loan out on your future at predatory interest rates, and that loan won't be repaid with money. It'll be paid with years of life that these idols simply do not have.
Let's move to what the filters are hiding. The primary reason modern mass monsters are checking out in their 30s is left ventricular hypertrophy. Your heart is a muscle, but unlike your biceps, its growth is a death sentence. When you inject massive doses of AAS, your heart grows to pump blood through a carcass weighing 120 kilograms. But the walls of the heart thicken inward, reducing the volume of the chambers. It becomes huge, stiff, and inefficient. What you hear as Sam's heavy breathing in his vlogs isn't just fatigue from a set. It is a cry for help from his cardiovascular system. His heart is beating in a permanent sprint, even when he's just sitting in his car. In medicine, this is called heart failure. In YouTube trends, it's called a vibe. This is pharmacological blindness. The body sends signals of pain, breathlessness, and inflammation, but the athlete drowns them out with analgesics and nootropics to keep generating content. They feel nothing, literally. Modern protocols include compounds that block pain receptors and suppress the central nervous system. This allows them to train through torn ligaments and inflamed internal organs. But pain is a fail-safe. Remove it and you turn into a race car with no brakes, heading straight for a concrete wall. You admire their discipline, but it's not discipline. It is biological autism induced by chemistry. We are watching human nature being replaced by a synthetic surrogate. In 2026, we've reached a line where the boundary between a living human and a chemical construct has blurred. The price of this transformation is the total burnout of kidneys and livers operating like nuclear reactors without a cooling system.
Why am I speaking about this now? Because 2026 is the point of no return. We are about to witness a string of sudden deaths among young stars, and the internet will once again pretend to be shocked. They will talk about genetic defects or unfortunate circumstances, hiding the truth about dosages that exceed medical norms by dozens of times. But the truth is, these guys are victims of your attention. If you didn't watch extreme transformations, they wouldn't have to kill themselves for reach. I wear this mask not for theatrics. I wear it because in a world where everyone trades their face and health for clicks, anonymity is the only form of honesty left. I don't want your likes at the cost of my life. I want you to understand what you see on the screen is not reality. It is a high-budget horror movie disguised as motivation. Sam Sulek, for all his charisma, is a hostage of the system he helped build. He cannot stop, because as soon as he shrinks, he becomes irrelevant. It's the trap of the chemical ego. My advice to those watching, get back to the basics. Real strength is the ability to train at 40, 50, and 60. Real victory is seeing your children grow up, not seeing your bench press grow a week before a heart attack. Stop worshiping the terminally ill. Look for those who build a body for life, not a life for a body. The death protocol works flawlessly. It always leads to the finale. The only question is, are you ready to applaud when the curtain falls for the last time? I am the shadow, and I see the end of this play. The choice is yours. Stay in the audience or leave the circus before it's too late.